Okay, everybody, this is Quintaxa, as you can see by... Okay, anyway, that was pointless. Let's start off with a little game I like to call Kirby's Dream Land 3, and I like to call it that because that's what Nintendo likes to call it. So we'll head right in here. Now, a little bit of background on this game. It was the last first-party game ever released for the Super Nintendo, so by Nintendo. It's the last real Nintendo game ever released on Super Nintendo, which makes it significant in that way, and also because I believe it's the last game in the Kirby's Dream Land series, you know, with that title. And in that way, it kind of brings a lot of its own charm to it, because unlike any other Kirby games, it has a radically different graphical style, being kind of modeled off a kind of cutesier version of the Yoshi's Island aesthetic, of the you know, the crayon-colored graphics and cool foregrounds and stuff. You know, I really like the look of the game. The game itself, it's probably my second or third least favorite Kirby game. I really don't like, what? I don't like, I'd say, the ones that aren't really Kirby games, and Air Ride, of course, you know, those are worse, but, you know, this game is fairly, you know, it's not really one of the, up there is one of my favorite Kirby games, you know. The reason is because I think it's a little too simple, and after Superstar, I think they took the series in the wrong direction after that. Despite, you know, the pogo jumping umbrella cats that you can have and all that, I think Superstar managed to get the best kind of mixture of powers. You know, it kept the game fairly simple, but it also added a nice layer of strategy and complication, as well as the yo-yo power-up, which is my favorite power-up of all time in Kirby. Luckily, however, a lot of all the good parts of this game got carried over to Kirby 64, which is pretty much a direct sequel to this game in most ways. Not necessarily in aesthetics, because it has that 3D style, but because it's very similar in terms of how the game works. Especially, you know, it has the health. The health works in pretty much the same way. With the stars and stuff, there are a lot of enemies that are in just those two games that aren't in any of the others. And furthermore, there's just kind of a lot of similarities in terms of how things work, except of course that the power combining system that they added in Kirby 64, with all the cool powers like the refrigerator, the ninja, and all that, isn't in here. Obviously, that's something that they saved for 64 and really never came back to. Because if you think about it, Kirby 64, other than the DS game, Squeak Squad, I believe, was the last. Oh, and Canvas Curse. Those were the last real console Kirby platformers. So this ranks as the penultimate actual, you know, Kirby platformer on a console. Which is, you know, a little sad, I guess. I wish they had taken it more in the direction of Superstar, but kept it sort of the same, you know, but... Oh, here, whatever. I really love the cat, by the way. That is so cool. And by the way, I love Kirby games. I love them not necessarily for their simplicity, but I do appreciate that about them. I love games that are easy. A lot of people don't, I perfectly understand that. I want to be challenged a lot, but in general, easy games are good, you know. Sorry, buddies? Okay, how about I ditch the cat here? Sorry, buddy. And hitch a ride with, how about Miss Octopus here, who looks a lot like Kirby, who looks like a lot like I imagined Kirby would if he was flattened by a cement truck and then decided to change genders. Which is a very strange statement, but bear with me, it may make sense to you sometime in the future. Anyway, enough of the vaguely creepy comments and all that. I forgot what you're supposed to do here, so I'm just gonna move on. We want to keep these episodes pretty brisk. They're gonna be 9 minutes tops. Yeah, don't you dare. I'm just gonna rush away. Ow. Now, the cute animal companions, that's a really good idea, too. I like that. I like that they always add something that's pretty new and interesting in every Kirby game. It's just that I think that the things that they added to this game were not as great as the ones they added to Superstar. This game's still awesome. It's still a Kirby game, so it still qualifies as awesome. If you want to say awesome. Alright. I'm gonna be quiet for a bit so we can just cruise through here. Needle. Shh. Ah! Alright. That's not good. Alright, got my powers back. Get over those guys. Ah. Okay, I'm back. Just had a bit of an interruption there. I left the video running, but here we go. Oh, almost gone. Ah, cursed short-range moves. Come on. That's useful. I like that rock power. Okay, so anyway, we're just gonna start cruising along here again. Yeah, sorry about that, buddy. I really love the owl, too, so I'll hitch a ride on him. Sorry, fishy. Let's just go through here and see if we can avoid dying. Yeah, I know. No need to get the... You know, the game really needs to stop getting so worked up about it. I know that I'm about to die. It doesn't have to tell me that. Let's... oh my goodness. Here, just a second. Quick check. Okay. Here we go. Just cruising along. I just had to check my time for a bit. And through the door. It's funny that they can fit through the door even though... combined, you know, they represent a height that's much higher than the actual, oh yes, Maxim Tomato. Much higher than the actual door. And then there are the not dangerous at all cotton balls and dust specks. They're kind of like the, those little, seeds in the desert in Earthbound. Okay, here we go. So once this is over, I'm going to, Once this prize is over, we're gonna end this, so, okay, let's see if I can guess. And... the throat. I think it was that guy? No, rats. I lost. Okay. Shoot. I can usually get all those. Alright, so thanks for tuning in to Quintaxa. We're almost through 2 levels here, and, this is really great. I hope give us some response to how you think this video went. If you want me to talk more, if you want me to talk less, I try not to talk very much, so that we can let the game sort of speak for itself most of the time, unless I have something to say. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see ya.